Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Professor Chris van der Werven, the Senior Director of Stellenbosch Business School, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you to today's session on SBS Ed's Customized Solutions, which is our way of designing learning experiences that are truly built around your organization's DNA. My name is Ilonka Panfiran. I'm a Commercial Director at SBS Ed, and I'm proudly based in Johannesburg. Now, whether you've partnered with us before, or you are here today just as a curious observer, we are thrilled to have you, and please rest assured that you are in good hands. Before we dive in, just a few quick techie things. Like we've mentioned, please feel free to introduce yourself, where you are dialing from in the chat. And yes, this is our equivalent of ticking the I am not a robot checkbox. So please type away. You're also welcome to switch your camera on or off, whatever makes you more comfortable. And then we will have some time for Q&A towards the end of the session. But if you are like me and you're concerned that you might forget the question, please drop it in the chat and we will get to it in due course. Now, presenting with me today are my exceptional colleagues, and I'll ask them to give a wave as I shout out their names. We've got our very own Vin Diesel, Vernon Johnson, who's our Customized Director. There you go. Thanks, Vernon. And then we also have the incomparable Maureen Ramapoko. She is a Proposal and Design Specialist Extraordinaire. We are also joined by some of my other colleagues, and they are easily identified by the little SBS Ed tag next to their name. So see if you can scout them in their natural habitat. So a quick look at what you can expect in today's brief lunchtime session. We will start off with who SBS Ed is and briefly highlight the processes that enable us to do what we do. Next, we'll get you thinking about your organization's need for customized solution, because that's why you are here. We will then give you a peek behind the curtain into how we co-design with clients to build programs that land and last. Then we'll wrap up today's presentation parts of the session with the SBS Ed commitment, which forms the cornerstone of our collaboration with you, and an overview of the dedicated task force, also known as the Bomb Squad, who are involved in rolling out and managing your custom designed learning solutions. And then lastly, we'll spend some time on questions and conversations. Now, without any further ado, I'm going to hand you over to Vernon, who will drop the clutch and get us going. Thanks, Vernon.
Super stuff. Thanks, Ilonka. And I'm really pleased to see that we've got representation from across the continent, which is fantastic. So yeah, like Ilonka said, my name is Vernon Johnson. I'm the Channel Director for Customized Programs, and I'm based in a chilly but always beautiful Cape Town. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you all through who we are. I'll take you all through our design philosophy as well as our learning philosophy. So Stellenbosch Business School Executive Development, and for the balance of this presentation, I'll refer to us as SBS Ed. So we were founded in 2001, and SBS Ed is a private company that sits inside the Stellenbosch Business School ecosystem. We are a private company, as I mentioned, and in that space and in that association and relationship, the University of Stellenbosch, or Stellenbosch University, is also responsible for the quality assurance of all of our programs, as well as the accreditation and certification thereof. So we, in terms of our legacy, the university has been around for over 100 years. So we take great pride in the quality of our delivery. We also adopt a design philosophy, and the underpinnings of that is Bloom's taxonomy of learning domains. So what we do is we take your organization and the participants from a lower order thinking skill to higher order. What that equates to in terms of the 4 levels you see on the right-hand side, the little pyramid, we start at a base level, at an NQF level 5 of complexity, where we take your participants through a process of discovery, where they're able to identify and describe what they've been exposed to, and they find new ways of thinking in their particular job. 1 level up, at NQF level 6, your participants are then allowed to interpret and explain what they've been exposed to. And that's also addressing the business realities based on your organization's strategic focus areas. 1 further level up, we speak about formulation, where the participants in NCF level 7 start to do analysis and application of learning. And that's to suit business realities based on the organization's strategic focus areas as well. At the last level, which is an NCF level 8, this is at your senior suite. So here that we speak about creation, evaluation, and that takes place within a specific business context or department. So you'll see there's a whole level and layer of development, and that speaks to lifelong learning as well. Because we want to have deep-seated and long relationships with our clients, we can take your teams from the lower levels all the way through, and we've done that frequently with many of our clients. In extending our design philosophy, we also have a learning philosophy. And once again, taking you from the base levels, your participants get exposed to knowing, and those are the conceptual expertise and awareness of facts. From there, we take them to another level of thinking, one level higher of doing, and the final level of being. And in that journey, we speak about awareness, reflection, application, and behavior. Now, this can take place depending on how we design a program for you in one program, which is a bit much to chew on, but also over a period of time, we take your teams and your individuals through a progressive developmental phase. What we're going to do now is share a short video clip of our Senior Director, Prof. Chris van der Hoven.
Stellenbosch Business School is in the 1% of 8,000 business schools around the world that are what's called Triple Crown accredited. And what this means is that the work that is done and the credentials that are developed are academically assured at a standard which is globally recognized. These are globally renowned accreditations and really very important for benchmarking your upcoming credentials in a global working environment. It is absolutely our mission to make sure that Stellenbosch graduates across the board have credentials which put them in the category of being the most sought after graduates amongst anybody who potentially would be employed or in other ways add value into an economy. There's three quick ideas that I want to share with you. The first is that a good person coming into a program is going to be a good person going out. But what the program can offer you is an opportunity to develop and to reflect on character. And character, there are two elements which are really very important about character. The first is what's called moral character, and this is where is measured, let's say, by the way you behave when nobody's looking. So what sacrifices do you make? What effort do you put in? What work do you do in terms of right and wrong decision making, and trying to understand what it is that adds to your moral compass in terms of your character. And the other is performance character. Performance character is about the amount of effort, your work ethic, your sincerity and commitment. That's the first aspect, is character, both moral character and performance character. The second element is this notion of adult development theory, because it's important for you to understand what your development is based on and what you potentially could leverage if you did it in a way which was maximizing the benefit. The second is about this hierarchy of the socialized mind to the self-authoring mind to the transformative mind. And then the last point I'd like to make is to just say a word about what Robert Keegan and others have called worthy challenges. I love this concept because one of the issues about being in the most sought after status in terms of your marketability and your employability in the workplace and to industry and the industries that you serve and so on is your ability to embrace challenges that nobody else would potentially take on. So to achieve most sought after status on your program, you have to lean into these challenges. And the challenges are not just about content, they're also about the process of your program. And it's true in your normal working life that it's not just about the task that you are doing, it's about the people around you, the dynamics of those people, and the processes that you are leading them through or following yourself. So I really would encourage you to keep an eye out for what are those challenges that I feel that are worthy challenges for me to embrace. Positive frame of mind, even in the face of these challenges, is what will make a huge difference.
Thanks, Virtual Chris, for those sage words. I'm going to now hand you back to Ilonka van Vieren.
Thank you very much, Vernon and Virtual Chris. Indulge me for a second. If you had a blank canvas, maybe some Enya in the background, what would your next development solution for your organization, for your people look like? Would it spark creative and innovative ideas? Would it create meaningful and motivate lasting change? Will it make your organization's vision a reality? That is what SBS Ed is here to support you with. We believe that designing impactful learning begins with understanding the essence of your organization. You know where you are going, and we help build the capacity to get you there. One size does not fit all. That's why we customize with you and for you. To walk you through how we work with you to create and fully customize a fully customized training intervention that empowers your people, reflects your culture, and supports your strategy, I will now hand you over to the expert herself, Maureen from Apoko. Thanks, Maureen.
Thanks, Ilonka. So I'm Maureen, as Ilonka has said, representing Johannesburg. So as you can hear, we are all over Cape Town, Johannesburg. We've got representation everywhere. We've gone through the why. Okay, you've envisioned your people development, a picture of what success would look like for your people. And now let's explore the how. How can SBS Ed help you? Okay, bring this people development vision to life. So we can work with you to co-create solutions that really reflect your unique operational realities, your strategic ambition, as well as your organizational culture. All our learning programs are informed by deep research as well as industrial and industry insight. We've got various offerings for our solutions at SBS Ed. We've got an in-house solution. So this is an off-the-shelf, ready-made program. So for example, we take our management development program or our executive leadership development program. We run it exclusively for your employees in-house. Okay, and this will focus on opportunities and challenges within your organization. Another offering that we have is build a course concept. So with this one, we extract modules from various programs, and then we build and combine topics that suit you and your needs. An interesting one, which I love, is co-creating a program from scratch. So this is a fully bespoke, customized program where we'll bring in our practitioners, our faculty, and working with you, we create this customized solution. So we have various modalities, we have various options in terms of how we can help you. Our programs can fit any schedule, location, infrastructure, and we offer various sessions and programs, courses from nano sessions, short, impactful 2-hour nano sessions, master classes that deep dive into specific topics around your needs, as well as comprehensive programs. As I said, we're very flexible in terms of our delivery modes. We have face-to-face, where it's contact, physical sessions in the classroom. We also have remote sessions, so those are synchronous. We deliver them online, virtually via Teams, Microsoft Teams or Zoom. We also have a blended modality where we combine the face-to-face and the remote. An interesting one that we have, which a lot of people are ledging on now, is the online self-paced asynchronous learning. In this offering, there's multiple people that are involved that come and provide support via webinars, check-ins, discussion forums. So it is self-paced, but there's a lot of support behind that offering. And then we also have a hybrid. So this is where we mix all the modalities. So for example, you can have a program that has self-paced component, in-class contact component, as well as virtual or what we call remote sessions. Okay, and then now in terms of our design process, we have a structured, tried and tested design process that we follow, very collaborative and consultative in nature. So together with you, we unpack your needs for your organization. We go into a core design phase. Okay, so this is where we are aligning with your business challenges, business strategies, opportunities, and make sure that we solve your pain points. This ultimately culminates into a program and commercial agreement once everybody's happy. We remember now we've translated the content into real program learning outcomes, and we've signed the agreement. Once that has happened, we go into an SME engagement session. So in this session, we build and bring in our faculty, your SMEs, so your internal people. They come into that session, they align on the content, on the delivery, and once everybody's aligned, then we can move on into the final scheduling and then launch the program. To give an example of this, a live case. So we're currently engaging with an esteemed client of ours to co-design a digital transformation program. Okay, this is a hot topic right now, AI, digital transformation. We also offer these courses for AI, digital transformation that are ready-made already, but this one specifically is customized from scratch, fully bespoke, and it also bring in the element of immersive learning, so hands-on approach. If you go to the next slide, please, just to show them the example of this immersion activity. So this is a chain reaction tabletop immersion that they will do as a group, really to encourage that collaborative learning, but also for practical application. So next, in terms of industries and sectors that we work with, these are just some. You can see from the slide that it's mostly corporate, but I want to emphasize that we also work with government and the public sector. We play a huge role in there. We can work with any client across any industry to really customize and co-create solutions for you. And next, I would really like us to just take a moment to watch a video that shows what SBS Ed can do in this customized space.
The unique thing about customized programs is that we actually deal with you as an organization. We speak to your strategic advisors and to your ExCo teams. We're also then able to take your strategic imperatives and actually translate that into a program. You also then have the flexibility of both time, content, duration, and level. The nice thing about that is that we then can construct programs that fit in with your operational requirements. So we minimize your disruption. What we also do is we can also add additional elements to what you would traditionally conceive as being a normal program. We've got Inspire Africa, who's actually introducing them to drone technology and what that actually means in the context of business and innovation. So what we like to do is unpack and explore and discover new things. Not only this, but many other sort of immersions and exposures to new technologies. One that best sits in a customized space is one that has unique requirements. But if you have nuances and stuff that you want to introduce, different conversations, you want to bring in your own people, then that's the type of client that we want. Additionally, in the customized space, you have a closed cohort of people from one organization. So the conversations are in a safe space. So if you need to share financials, strategic imperatives, strategies going forward, the customized space is a space for you. Thanks so much, Maureen. Yeah, it's always weird seeing yourself on a video clip. You're never pleased or happy with the way you look. But anyway, be that as it may. The point that we're trying to make is in this customized space where we work together with you, it becomes incumbent on us to actually support you. So this task force, and as Ilonka mentioned, the bomb squad, is what the additional levels of support you're going to enjoy when you contract with us. So starting with the channel director, that's an individual in my position, would be the primary contact, the first point of call who will go through scoping sessions, who's responsible for the commercial arrangements and the primary relationship holder between the business school, SBS Ed, and the client. In addition, additional support will be the program designer, who together with the channel director will take a client brief, take their strategic imperatives, and translate that into a program, which obviously we will co-design and will get signed off from the client to make sure that it's fit for purpose. From an administration point of view, you'll also be appointed a dedicated program manager, who from SBS's side will take care of all matters administrative and will be your primary point of call for all the participants. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on faculty, not too much time, to let you know that we can pull faculty from both the business school, the main university campus, but we also have a pool of contracted faculty who aren't full-time employees. And we do that for a specific reason. These individuals have nothing less than a master's degree to begin with, but also they are expert practitioners in their specific fields of study. So what they're able to do is bring the war stories into the classroom. And what you're not going to find at SBS Ed is traditional lecturing. We have facilitated conversations with you because we're also not arrogant in the sense that we recognize the wisdom in the room. And because we're dealing primarily with senior executives, we have to make that recognition. In addition to the faculty, we also have someone known as a learning process facilitator. This is also a faculty member, but this individual actually pulls together and integrates all the learning from the academic theory and all those principles and translates that or assists to translate that for your participants. That individual is also part of the team from beginning to end, whereas your faculty may come and go as they deliver their specifically identified modules. Lastly, we also have academic assurance to ensure that the content that we're sharing with your participants are world-class, cutting edge, and current. Further to which, we also make a very strong commitment to you. And in Customised, we build our association on a relationship. So just running quickly through the bullet points, we prepare your teams for an inspiring future. We also aim to touch the hearts and minds of your people. And we also look to embed and amplify your own organization's values. In doing so, we also hope to refresh your culture. And also in the delivery of all our programs, we communicate and operationalize your strategies. And finally, so that's to ensure that it aligns your purpose and ambition. I think this is the preemptive slide. So when you join with us, you also have the ability to join our alumni association. When I say you join, I'm talking about your participants. And in that space, you'll be joining a network of 35,000 members across 16 chapters, and that's across the world, where you'll be able to have a sense of belonging as an individual. You'll be joining a global network. You'll enjoy lifelong learning with equally minded individuals. You'll be participating in alumnus awards and also have access to research and careers. There is, however, one caveat. For you to become an alumni of Stellenbosch University, you would need to have a program delivered at an NQF level 6 of complexity or above, and obviously have 300 notional hours.